Hello everybody, welcome back to my Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Azata playthrough. Last time we finished off with doing the Enigma and Nenio's personal side quest here in the Nameless Ruins. I just came out of that area into the world map, and we've got two demon armies approaching. One of them's level 9 and is close to this last army we need to fight, so I'm going to move our main army over here to intercept it. They're going to hit the Sinister Mansion first, so yeah, that army's definitely going to hit there and be delayed at that point. And then we'll have this army come down to face this force when it's ready. Oh, we've still got some reinforcements here. Let's just have everyone start travelling towards that way. Not that it especially matters at this point. You two, you travel towards the Sinister Mansion. Oh, I didn't let you finish. There you go. Yeah, you get ready to face that army as it comes up. You move over there to face this one, and then you can go here to finish that off. Seeing as we've got call to arms, let's do it. Buff up our numbers even more. They're level 11 now. Let's look at the crusade management too. Hopefully we can build a settlement now. I think I put that on. Relics ready for augmentation. Oh, it's still got a few more days. That's fine. Yeah, we've still just got let's do the Face Stealer's Mask, why not? We've got an event, the fate of the voice of the Cursed Bard. The craftsmen of the Crusade are asking for the Cursed Bard's vocal cords so that they can place them in a relic that will honour his memory. Now all that is left is to decide what kind of item this relic is going to be. An amulet or a lyre? I'm more interested in the lyre. Well, I don't think we can use it because we're not a bard, but actually that's a fair point. Do an amulet. We haven't got any bards. One of the jewelers burned Francest's vocal cords and placed the ashes inside a stone formed from solidified fire tar. He inserted the stone into an elegant setting and presented the amulet to the commander. Nice. I feel like we need to talk to Wilsa Garms again, maybe. We did do the event that was the roads, right? Looks like it. Okay, so we're going to teleport back to Dresden. I think for now it's going to be a lot of waiting around. I'll wait until we can build a teleportation circle at the area near Threshold. Then we can go and do the Bladesmith quest, which is the quest for Finnean, searching for the person that made him. We'll maybe try and do that today. And then we'll do the DLC, Return to Canabris, which I'm excited for. I'm excited for that DLC. That's I've heard it's a lot like the Citadel DLC from Mass Effect 3, which was honestly one of my favourites. It's like, rather than have a DLC that's this big plot thing, it's a DLC that completely revolves around the characters and just like, oh, spend one last time with your friends that you've made along the way. Which I like, because I like the characters in this game. So it'll be fun to have one last hurrah with them before we go to the conclusion of the game, which I'm also excited to see. Hey Wilson, I did the trade route thing. No. So how are things in the fortress? Truth be told, things are looking bleak. After Her Majesty left for Iz, the supply train started to arrive irregularly. I wouldn't feed my dog the slop we've been serving our soldiers. Each camp gets no more than 2 logs of wood to warm themselves at night. We've nothing to patch armour with barely enough arrows, and each drop of potion is a precious treasure. If it goes on like this, privation will finish... privation? Is that being overly deprived of something, I guess? Privation will finish us off before the demons do. Okay. Oh, actually, while I've got you, let's offload all of our gear. Price in descending order. So we've got too much crap. Look at that, 56 sickles, which is worth 4. Oh, how... This is why money stops being a problem in games. 33 dagger plus 4s. This is so far. This haul is over $1 million in terms of what we're selling. Have I still not found another hide of magical creature? I've been keeping an eye out for it, and I don't feel like I have found it, which is making me very sad. Because we've still got to make... I would really like to make that item. And I feel like the game gives you just enough to make everything for the storyteller. So... Oh, do I want to sell this? No, you can hold on to it. Just get rid of all the stuff we have in bulk. Singing steel breastplate. Yeah, we are not going to want for cash after this. Not that we did before this, but... Yeah, 1 million. Deal. Wow. Right, we've got more than enough money for anything we could possibly want at this point. Lovely. Well, actually, we've got more pages as well, haven't we? Let's go and talk to the storyteller about that. Oh yeah, we met with his old friend. I bring word from Kinney, your friend. His soul was being held by a Reshkagul all these millennia, but I helped break him free. He asked me to tell you that the warmed spice wine you two used to share in the tower was the best wine he drank in his life. The storyteller flinches. Kinney, my friend. After all this time, I never expected to hear your name, to hear a word from you. I didn't think this world still mattered to me after so many years, and yet I am glad, touched, saddened. I cannot make sense of what I'm feeling. He remembered the wine. We oftentimes sat there on the tower's balcony. He lets out a sigh, then smiles. I apologize, but I'm not willing to continue this discussion. This is too personal. But I thank you for helping Kinney find peace. Found a page that might interest you. Yeah, thank you if you find more pages like this. Well, I've got another one. If you find any more, and this, I think this is the last one. There you go. The storyteller clenches the pages you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. The purple flame covers my eyes. I cannot turn away. It follows my gaze. I cannot close my eyes. It will follow me there too. The heart of the tower burned out my sight, and I am not sure I will ever be able to see my dear Golarion again. Wounded, groaning from the consequences of Earthfall, but no less loved because of that. Exhausted, I sit down on the cold floor of the laboratory. All my work was in vain. I wasted my entire long elven life looking for something that turned out to be useless. I didn't understand what really mattered to me. Golarion, such as it was before Earthfall, does not exist anymore. But there is another, new Golarion, a young one that is surviving, fighting for its life. By connecting it with another plane, I would have destroyed the new Golarion, making it an extension of the other plane. Instead of trying to save old Golarion, I should have helped the new one. I was supposed to preserve the memory of old Golarion. to gather the knowledge and heritage of the lost civilizations and give them to the world when it needs them, for at some point it will rise from the ashes without any help. I believe this now, and deep down I always have. So that's how you lost your sight? Looks like it. The storyteller chuckles faintly. I still see only this purple flame. After so many years, it has become quite dear to me. You almost opened the world wound. Georgie, I can't read if you stand in front of the screen like that. Storyteller nods sadly. You're right. It would have been a terrible crime against Golarion. A murder. At the time, it was much weaker than it is now. It wouldn't have been able to resist the demonic invasion. Luckily, I was wise enough to stop before it was too late. Please continue. Rise, elf. This is not the end. The masterful voice seems to ring in my head. A silhouette of an angel appears in the flame. Purple flames are reflected in her gleaming steel armor. She has no face, just two fiery eyes burning deep in the steel hood. Rise, elf. Rise and bow to the will of Pharasma. The storyteller's voice changes subtly, becomes loud and adamant. Rejoice, elf, for the Lady of Graves has deemed you worthy. You pursued your goal despite the opinions of those around you and even fate itself, but you managed to stay your hand once you realized your mistake. You saved Golarion from yourself. For this, the Lady of Graves wants to give you a gift. You will become her usher, an immortal psychopomp. You will take a place at my lady's side and become the keeper of history, not just for Golarion, but for all the planes. In return, Pharasma requires one thing. Tear up your bark-covered notebook. Let the knowledge you obtained remain a secret for many generations of Golarions after you. The storyteller gulps involuntarily. Pharasma herself sent her herald to me. For the first time in my life, I, the last Archmage of Kyonin, who proudly looked in the eyes of demon lords, feel unsure. My hand feels for the notebook on the floor. My fingers run over the tree bark cover lovingly. I don't need eyes to recognize it. I know all its cracks and bumps. It's like my child, the only meaning of my meaningless life. I don't want to destroy it. I can't find it in me to obey the order of the Lady of Graves. You refused Pharasma herself. The storyteller tries to smile. Did a stupid thing, didn't I? I, the last Archmage of Kyonin, was just a fool who had lost his purpose in life, and then dared to disobey a goddess. If I were her, I'd have ordered the herald to destroy the deranged old man. Tell me about the herald Pharasma sent to you. The Steward of Skeen, warrior and herald of Pharasma's will. The Lady of Graves sends her to restore the balance of fates, and also to pronounce a great prophecy. Her interference in the fates of the world is almost imperceptible. Only a few remember meeting her. Does eternal life and serving Pharasma merit the destruction of such dangerous knowledge? The storyteller remains quiet for a long while, gathering his thoughts. My mind wants to say yes. I should have destroyed my dangerous notes that could have ruined Golarion, but my heart says the opposite. For this knowledge is also part of old Golarion's heritage. I, a child of that lost world, created it in my reckless pride. If I want to preserve all Golarion's heritage, do I have the right to choose which part of this heritage should be wiped out of history? Continue. I am ready to undergo any punishment for my refusal, but the Steward of the Sky only looks at me quietly, as if pondering something. The knowledge in your hands must not see the light. This is beyond question, but my lady is merciful and has agreed to make concessions. You will tear out the pages of your notebook, and along with it, out of your memory. You will scatter the pages throughout the world, and your memory will be purged. You will be immortal but pure, like a newborn babe. Use your new life to keep the memory of the fallen and seek the truth about your own past. As soon as you remember this moment, you will lose your immortality, and will have to answer my question again. Will you choose to become a servant of Our Lady, or will you prefer to live out the short time you have left? I find no strength to answer, only nod. The steward raises her hand, and we both find ourselves in a whirlwind. I see nothing but the purple flame and the glowing image of the herald, but the rest of my senses tell me we are rushing through many places. I hear seagulls crying and smell the salty ocean air followed by the rumbling of a raging volcano. The bracing wind of the plains changes to the dry heat of a desert, and then the blistering cold of a snowy mountaintop. In each of these places, I tear out a page and give it to the wind. It grabs the new toy from my hands and takes it far away to hide from me for many years. With every torn page, I start to forget. What did I do in the Ivory Labyrinth? Why did I live in Alushanera, and indeed, did I ever live there? The name Kinney seems vaguely familiar, but I don't remember why it should mean something to me. Maybe it was my own name. Exhausted, I fall down on the withered grass. I remember this is how the woods of my home Kyonin used to smell. My mind drowns in the darkness. I don't see the steward any longer, but I still hear her voice. Look for your past, elf, and gather the stories of Golarion, for this is your calling. I name you the storyteller. When you remember this moment, destroy the dangerous knowledge that has once again fallen into your hands, and Pharasma will see you in her halls. And you, Nest, help him with this. Help him make the right decision. Oh wow, so we were included in the prophecy. The old man drops on his knees. His hands clasp the bark-covered notebook to his chest. His voice trembles. What should I do, Nest? I've gathered the stories of Golarion for so long, looking for my past, and now I have found it. Should I accept Pharasma's proposal and be reborn? Or refuse and die? Interesting. Do we have to decide right now? I'm afraid so. The storyteller smiles awkwardly. I feel Pharasma's heavy, silent gaze. She is studying me, evaluating my decisions. She is waiting for my reply. The storyteller lowers his head awkwardly. Forgive me for burdening you with this and asking for your advice. Well, yeah, important to start with what he wants. What do you want? Oh, if only I could answer this question. The elf chuckles cheerlessly. It would be safe to assume several thousand years would be enough to make a single decision. But obviously, the last Archmage of Kyonin is almost as indecisive is also the most indecisive creature on all the planes of the world. So then you got your name, storyteller, from Pharasma? I suppose so. As for my real name, the storyteller smiles faintly. I remember it. The name of the last Archmage of Kyonin. An old, unwanted, unassuming name. It doesn't suit me anymore. I am the storyteller, and I would like to remain so until the end of my days. What will happen if you accept Pharasma's proposal? I will die and be reborn in a new guise, and join the servants of the Lady of Graves. The secret and dangerous knowledge of how to merge the planes of the world will die with me. I am free to live out the time I have left. The few years fate has in store for me. When they pass, I will die, and then enter Pharasma's halls and give her my oath properly. What will happen if you reject Pharasma's proposal? I will stay here. I will keep my secret knowledge to hide it in the most far away and safest place I can find. My age will catch up with me gradually, but I think I still have a few years to write books of the stories I have gathered, or tell them to someone I will take on as an apprentice. As you see, any choice means a prompt death for me, but I'm not afraid. I have seen the death of thousands of civilizations and outlived time itself. Know better than many what is enough. There you go, that's why that sounded weird as I said it. Accept the proposal, you must destroy dangerous knowledge, or refuse. Knowledge must be preserved, not destroyed. It can't be inherently dangerous. It is made so by those who possess it. This is interesting. I'm not really sure. I don't really have... I kind of see the logic of both of these. I mean, I do agree with the sentiments that things like knowledge aren't inherently dangerous, but at the same time, I can't think of this specific knowledge. It seems like it can only bring destruction. But he also has knowledge of lots of things that would probably be beneficial for people to learn. And then the counter effect, one of them would be he just dies, and what happens to his soul is what happens to everyone else. or he becomes a psychopomp for Pharasma. Essentially becomes a spirit of death. What would Nest do? I don't think Nest is against knowledge. I think refusal. I think that's the slightly more chaotic choice. It's also the more kind of individualist choice, I guess, which I think are some of Nest's character traits. So we'll go with refuse. Refuse. Knowledge must be preserved, not destroyed. It can't be inherently dangerous. It is made so by those who possess it. There is wisdom in your words. The elf thinks for a while, but then nods resolutely. Pharasma, Lady of Graves, I have made my decision. I will keep my knowledge for Golarion. I reject your proposal. Nothing happens in response. No lightning strikes from the sky. The ground does not open wide under your feet. You just feel a gust of cold wind and hear a quiet sigh in its soft caress. What was that? Well, that's it. Now everything is over. I know my story, the one I yearned to know all these years, and that I had once hidden from myself. And all this is because of you. Thank you. You've given me the greatest possible gift. Myself. No reward can measure up to your merits, but still, please accept from me a grain of the knowledge that you've helped me to discover. Thank you for your stories. Thank you for helping me remember them. Oh, we've unlocked more things that you can interact with. The old man runs his fingers over the mask of nothing. Such a simple mask, and so much power in it. Frightening supernatural power. I fear that even my thirst for knowledge is no match for the secrets of this mask. Hey, Georgie. Leave my hand alone, please. The storyteller touches the mask of the most worthy and raises his eyebrows. This mask, this item, I feel a particular kinship with it, as if it calls to me. Remarkable. Oh yeah, when we did do all the puzzle quests and got the mask of the most worthy, it was heavily implied that the storyteller was the one who was meant to have done all of it, not us. We still don't have a hide of a magical creature. I want to build Ronix boots. Have I really missed out on a chance to? I feel like I've searched everywhere I can very thoroughly and just not at any point found an extra hide. Now, where am I going? I want to go see if I can buy more phoenix feathers. They're a rare part for the cooking recipe I like to make. I'm thinking of looking up where a potential hide of magical creature is. If it turns out there was one in Iz and I just didn't get it, because it would make sense for there to be one in a location like that, because it's such a a big story location. If there was just one there that I didn't get, I'm going to be so mad. Not at the game, at myself. Could use the help of a cleric. Do you sell ingredients? You do, but not the ones I need. Unless the ingredients are part coin of protection. We aren't exactly short on money. Why not? What does Intensified do? Increases the maximum number of damage dice by 5 levels. You must actually have sufficient caster levels to surpass the maximum in order to benefit from this feat. Okay, that's pretty good. But do you have any phoenix feathers? That's what I would like to know. Let's just search for them. Nope, doesn't seem like it.
Careful now.
Oh, I didn't actually buy the coin of protection, did I? Oh well. I don't think we really needed it. Wooljiff, do you sell potion ingredients? You sell a little bit of everything, don't you? Actually, we'll go check out the One-Eyed Devil first. I feel like he might sell that sort of thing. And also we can go chat to Nenio, because she's hanging out around here. I'm just sort of realising Wilsig Arms isn't around here anymore. Show me your wares. Okay, yes, you do seem to have actual ingredients. Oh, not any of the ones I need, though. No. Oh well. Hey, Nenio. You looking big? Nenio is diligently looking through her fragmented notes. Cross this out. Rewrite that from scratch. This needs some improvement. And this can stay as it is. Although, no, rewrite this too. She raises her head. Ah, it's you. Will you tell me about yourself now, after all that's happened? After all that's happened, it's you who should be telling me about myself, in case I decide to forget anything. She blinks several times. But no, as of now, I haven't forgotten anything, I think. Have you remembered anything about your past? More than I ever wanted, and probably less than you would like, since you're asking me about it. Nenio sighs. I remember a woman from Tianzi. She was a cultist of Ereshkigal who managed to find a way to reach the Enigma. She stood before the faceless Sphinx, took an oath, and dissolved into a blissful nothingness. Totally unremarkable as biographies go. Her consciousness and mine have nothing in common. I simply make use of her body and retain some of her memories. Someone with an interest in spiritualism might call it remembering a past life. Here's an interesting fact. Physically, I'm approximately 4,000 years old, give or take a few centuries. By the way, did you know that in several developed countries, old age is considered a sign of wisdom and a reason to revere a person and fulfill all of his or her wishes, even if said geriatric is suffering from senility? Let's conduct a little experiment. Bring me a watermelon, a blue one that goes cock-a-doodle-doo. For a few seconds, Nenio stares at you intently. Then she sighs and starts taking notes on a piece of paper she produces from her sleeve. The experiment resulted in failure. Do you remember your real name, too? Nenio nods and is silent for quite a while. You know, I cannot say that I approve of Ereshkigal's circulatory rhetoric, but in this particular case she has a point. A name is just a set of sounds. It makes little difference if I go by the name Nenio, or Oinen, or some other collection of sound vibrations produced by vocal cords. My real name is ordinary. There's nothing special about it. I doubt I would ever be able to associate it with myself. I should probably forget it, but for some reason, I'm keeping it in my memory for now. Perhaps I'm simply growing old and making spontaneous displays of sentimentality? Are you still forgetting things that you consider irrelevant? Nenio rubs her nose. Eh? Were you asking me about something? A mischievous twinkle flickers in her eyes. You're not going to stop writing your encyclopedia and conducting your experiments, are you? How could you even ask me such a question? Just because Nenio's become a bit disheartened and in a moment of weakness, you think you'll be getting a little holiday? No, my loyal follower. Nothing is going to save you from my new experiments. Well, that's understandable. Understandable is good. I do so love it when things are understandable. Back there in the Enigma, you called me by my name. Have you decided to remember me after all? Girl, what are you talking about? Your statement is absurd. That just couldn't have ever happened, and the chances of such a thing occurring are 0.01%. She looks around and lowers her voice. And I'll ask you not to mention it again. A scientist of my standing must be above such things as irrational sentiment and mundane affections. Even the fellow on the street knows that one's reputation is everything. I have to go. Good old Nenio. Never change, Nenio. Right, let's go to our court. Actually, no, let's go see Waldriff first. One last check. See if someone sells phoenix feathers. Otherwise, I'm going to cling on to that. I'm not going to cook that recipe at all until I find more. Or until the last, just before the last fight. Show me what you can get with your tiefling connections, Waldriff. Phoenix feathers. Nope. Nothing. Waldriff, you're useless. Nah, you're not, buddy. Love you. You do have some stuff, though. Tell you what, let's just get all the purifying salute. Let's get all of everything. Why not? I don't want to run out of mundane ingredients. You can take all my crap. Fair enough.
That's easy.
Alright, let's see if there's any events that trigger in the Citadel. Nope. Okay, we'll go back to Crusade management then for now. We have a few days to kill. Hold on. Okay, I did just look it up, and apparently there were 2 available when we first arrived back in Dresden after the Abyss, while it was under assault by demons, but you have to find them before that whole chain of events ends. Which I didn't do, so we've missed those 2. I might just go check the prison just in case it, you know, we happen to be able to find it, but one was meant to be in here in the commander's bedroom, and one's in the prison behind a perception check if you go into one of the cells, which I didn't think to do. So that's irritating. There's apparently one that's available in a random encounter, so I guess our only chance now is to just hold out for that random encounter to happen. Okay, yeah, we've still got demon armies approaching. Yeah, we got that one there. Okay, let's skip some time. The young wanderer has returned with her blade covered in dragon blood. As a token of her gratitude, she has given all of the dragon's treasure to the crusade and presented a personal gift to her mentor, Greyball. Nice. Freeing the prisoners, generous recruiters, glory to heroes. Do freeing the prisoners. Is there any other ones that would be more beneficial? We're not doing Xanthir's experiments. Call the Azata, Defenders of Freedom. Use of the Sacred Host. All generals gain the +1 Heavenly Ward for 30 days. Glory to heroes, generous recruit. Yes, we'll do freeing the prisoners. With that day passed, hopefully, yeah, we can just skip one more day, and then this army can reach them. We can just do this fight now. Oh, they move up quick. Okay, let's do fireball on this bunch. I'd like to take out the mages, if possible. Perfect. Those two are dead. Okay, shoot the air elementals. From memory, they're kind of dangerous. The rest of you attack these elementals as they come up. Fire elementals are done. Let's see if we can finish off the earth elementals, hopefully. Easy. Skip one more day, then we can break this siege. Pursue. Always pursue. We never let them flee. Oh, if you're going to bunch together like that, you're just asking for it. One more. How's our experience looking? We still need quite a lot for military and logistics, and I'd like to get these up if possible. I think logistics goes up by building buildings in locations, while military goes up for winning fights, maybe? Or for general experience? Either way, they're a bit behind the other ones. There's nothing I can build in here, is there? No, I've maxed that out completely. I believe I've maxed out all of them, haven't I? Yeah, that one's got 4. That's got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's got 9. 4. 4. As long as all of these little posts are fully built up, there's nothing more I can really do. We're going to upgrade the last barrier as soon as we can so we can build more there. That one's also full up. Yeah, I think I made sure to fully build them all up the minute I captured them. That looks like it's got all 9. No, not army. I want to check out the building. Yeah, also got 4. Okay, so they're all built up. We should have 2 more days to go for the next outpost. Skip another day. Right, finish off this army. Where's Firestorm? There it is. The Baler will be immune to Firestorm, so use it on this side of the map. Taking out most of them, and then do Ice Storm on these ones. Level 13 army. Don't make me laugh. Insignificant losses. Why did that get complete? Oh, recruiting troops also improves your military position, so we're going to still just recruit everything that we can. Let's have all of our reinforcements wait around here. And then have our main army go back to... Let the main army go head this way. That way we can just build a mega army that we'll never need. Recruit them, recruit the sorcerers too. Might just recruit everything. Even if we never need it. It can just be helping us get our military points up. Has it done that? I'm trying to remember what our military points were. So it's 78,374 at the moment. If I recruit the Mendevian Cavaliers, the Golden Legionaries, and the Light Cavalry. Oh, no, it has gone up. Okay. So that's a way to... So that's how we get our military experience up, is just buying everything we can. Which is going to be annoying when it comes to managing this screen. You've got Golden Legionaries. You go here. And you've got the other one, so you come further up here. Yeah, just recruit everything. Can you find more? No, okay, once you bought them all, it stays as is. Fair enough. Yeah, so that does definitely improve our military logistics. So we just have to wait and recruit as much as we can. One more day for a new outpost. Yeah, an outpost can be expanded to a bastion. And then where's... Yeah, we want to build this one, the last barrier. Upgrade it. Oh, that's bigger than I thought it would be. Build a Hall of Glory. Mercenaries Guild. Teleportation Circle, definitely. Let's build a sanctuary too. Let's build a scouts headquarters too. So now we just need to wait 3 more days for the teleportation circle to be ready, and then we can zip over here, and that'll be the quickest way over to the Bladesmith's Lodge. Can acquire unclaimed property, do the deal with the thieflings. Let's do another outpost to bastion expansion. Getting those up is pretty good. Executioner. The chilling truth about one of Dresden's jailers has come to light. He secretly became a worshipper of Zong Kuthon, terrorized all the prisoners, and learned magic that allowed him to use his brutal punishments to leech the life force from his victims. So our only choices are punish the jailer or encourage the jailer. We'll punish the jailer. The acolytes of Zong Kuthon do not belong in a sacred army. Seeing the jailer punished convinced the soldiers that they were right to follow the commander. Well, good. Fate of the Face Stealer's Mask. Bring all these over just so it's easier to manage. You two. And you. To be honest, I can just bring all the armies down and put them in this group, couldn't I? And then they'll all be ready for if something happens. You can have 20 more paladins and 6 more of those. It's fine with me. And there's just the axe hunters left. Skip one more day. Everything is ready for the relic's augmentation, and the Crusaders have freed many captives from the demon's clutches. Perfect. We've got another event. That's the Fate of the Face Stealer's Mask. Yeah, it's ready to create a new relic. What form will it take? A belt or a mask? Let's make a mask. Jewelers reassembled the mask from the shards, purged it of corruption, and adorned its edges with enchanted metal. The ominous artifact was turned into a true work of art. Oh, I've got a lot of choices now. Let's do the Awakening the Voice of the Cursed Bard. There aren't any that just give us logistics experience, is there? Can recruit Havoc Dragons. Let's do Generous Recruiters. Our main army can sit out there. I'm sure we'll get attacked again, but for now we'll just try and level things up by recruiting everything we possibly can. Oh, it's 5 days to build a teleportation circle. I thought it was 3. Let's skip another day. And another one. Okay, we've got armies coming. Should tell you what, let's have our weaker armies deal with this, because I think getting general experience is good too. We'll have this army come and fight down here. And then this army, the slightly weaker one, can go up here. Skip another day. We've got 2 sieges going on. Okay, you continue. Well, this is the army with no spells. Well, no, especially effective spells anyway. We have siege tactics. Use one on the Brimmeracks, because they are probably the toughest thing we've got here. You go and attack the Brimmeracks as well. You start peppering the Onyxes. You go and stab them. Oh yeah, I forget they fight back. Okay, the teleporting unit, which are also pretty bulky. The demons. You go and attack them here. Oh, they're a ranged unit, aren't they? That was stupid. Our rogues are taking a beating. Okay, now we've got Burning Liquid, which is another... Actually, rather than do Burning Liquid, do Song of Seasons. That's much better overall. You attack the Brimerack. Javelin throwers just keep weakening the Onyxes. Rogue, you come around here and attack the Onyxes there. You come and block the shears in from behind. The Javelin throwers, you can hit the shears too, although the slingers even. And then this bulky shield unit can come in there and hit them. And you come in and hit the Onyxes. Yeah, I did a good job. Now do Burning Liquid. Perfect. That's that army dealt with. Now there's just this army. We need one more day to get there. Oh, they're spread out. This be a demonstration of tactics. So it's not a great one. Yeah, just give us another spell, and then bam. It's over! Okay, it's not over. Now it's over. Nope. Now it's over. Now it's over. There you go. Perfect. And we can do more recruitment. Actually, let's just... I'll double check how this works. So this is at 82,710 at the moment. If I recruit all of these... It then goes to 84... Yeah, there you go. Concrete proof that that's how it works. That's what I like to see. We should be able to get the military thing to the max pretty quickly then. I should have just been buying everything from the start, it seems. Okay, Okay, headhunters and conscripts are in one of the armies. You're in the army that's up here, aren't you? Then Golden Legionnaires are in another one, as are Paladins. Oh, Golden Legionnaires are with these ones, actually. We'll keep that in mind. Well, you take the Golden Legionnaires then, and then you can skip back towards the main base. And then we'll just get the rest and dump them somewhere else. Perfect. Is the teleportation circle ready now? Is that added up correctly? Yeah, teleportation circle is ready. Okay, I'll go rest. And then we can go and do the Bladesmith's quest. And then tomorrow we will start the DLC, I think. Fairly uneventful episode, but I'm okay with that. Especially as we did a massive annoying dungeon in the last 2 episodes. So this time we can just relax a bit. Which is the main point of this whole playthrough. Insignificant losses. The errand is complete. Okay. Doesn't have much more to say other than that. Yeah, now we just have to develop all crusade things to the maximum, deal with the Bladesmith, and go to the festival, and then we can launch the assault on Threshold. Perfect. You know, let's chat with Finnean. He might have more to say. Oh no, he doesn't. That's fine then. Okay, let's go rest in our court. Why do we have strength damage? Also, were we given a specific... I can't... What reward did the storyteller give us? I should have checked right after we talked to him. But he definitely seemed to give us something. I'll be sad if we can never get Ronix boots. They give you +8 dexterity, which also means we could have used a different belt rather than the +6 dexterity belt that we have. So that would have been really good for us. So I really hope we can find this last hide of a magical creature. It would be lovely. Nenio, we don't need you anymore. Bring back Albrig. No, we're not going to make the conflagrated taco. We can't waste it. We've only got 1 phoenix feather. We can make the sour... Don't make anything. Not until we get to wherever we want to actually potentially use it. That Discari's got an ugly mug on him, doesn't he? And he thinks he's the best and the smartest. We got one over on him. I wish I was as full of myself. A typical spoiled prince who steps beyond his estate for the first time and realizes that the world could not care less who he is. I have no idea what that feels like. Hey Azatas, do you sell phoenix feathers? No. No use at all. Let's check our, was it an ability or something? Oh, there you go. Storyteller's knowledge. The secret knowledge of the storyteller shared with you increases your caster level by 2 and provides a +2 insight bonus on saving throws against arcane spells. When you make a knowledge or a lore check, you always roll twice. Well, that's good. Actually, that reminds me, actually, we need to do the last checks in the lexicon of paradox. Oh, we'll learn this recipe. There's the lexicon of paradox. Focus on the text. Try to compare the words. I thought we already did these ones. Do you have to do them all at once? Okay, so these two can fail, these two can't. Yeah, the commander has in-depth knowledge of the territory of Old Sarkoris. This allows her to easily grasp the meaning of the lexicon's text. The words involved in the geographical description seem to lose interest and float away from the teeming swarm of phrases. The commander easily passes the calculations laid out by the architect of the world wound. The formula on the lexicon's pages dwindle and bleed away, separating from the flurry of phrases. Right, we need to roll well, but we do have 2 rolls. Success. An uninformed reader might drown in the astronomical descriptions of the mystic creatures. The nest easily isolates the relevant phrases from the hive of words, as if realizing that their efforts are now moot, and the decrypted phrases decamp from the frantic flock of feathers. One more, we need to roll a 13. Failure. Can we try that again? Or is that like a once only test? Hello, Georgie. Hello. Oh, we should have tried it sooner, because now we're not going to level up again, are we? So we won't get another attempt. You know what? I'm save scumming it. No shame. Hello, Georgie. Hello. You're hungry, aren't you? Yes, you are. She's going to start coming for my feet. Yep, there you go. Biting me on the toes. Georgie, this is not how you get what you want. Although it is, because it always makes me feed you. Let's go do that now. Okay, cat fed. Hopefully she's fine now. Right, we'll try the lexicon of paradox one more time. We'll do the 2 that are likely to fail first, just so we know. Okay, success. Maintaining her concentration, Nest's eyes skim over the descriptions of the mystical properties of the blood of demon lords. The new red phrases collapse into words, then into letters, so that they can leave a fusing swarm and vanish from the lexicon's pages. Focus on a description of the anatomy of mythic creatures. Cool, success. So we should be able to do all of these now. Yep, all the letters run away. And the knowledge one, and finally that one. Okay. All the topics familiar to the commander have now left the swarm of phrases congregating in the pages of the lexicon. The remaining words can be arranged into one whole, their meaning grasped, their secrets revealed. Okay, and a perception check. Arrange the remaining words into phrases and grasp their meaning. At long last, all the phrases from the all the phrases form an integrated text. The commander's patience and effort have overcome the lexicon's defenses. The enemy has surrendered and revealed its precious secrets to the commander. The transformation process was initially conceived by me as a power source. However, in the course of my experiments, I learned that it partially solves the problems of the slow demise of the key. The power that manifests after transformation, I'm almost certain the mortals would devise some overblown name for it, like mythic or legendary, serves as an effective shield against the poisonous influence of the wound. Problems arise when it is used. When the power is expended, for instance, in combat, the shield is weakened, and the infiltrating emanations of the wound strike the key, wounding it and robbing it of its life force. The problem is immaterial in comparison to the second. The power increase after transformation is not infinite, nor is its protective effect. I managed to stave off the death of the key for several decades, but even despite achieving the extreme level of power bestowed by the transformation, at some point the key's protection will weaken, and the world wound will prevail and consume the soul of the key. I must admit that my research has come to a dead end. I have developed the power of the transformation process to its very limit, and I have failed to find a way to completely cure the wound's effects, except for extreme measures. At this, the secret writings of Aureliu Vorlesh come to an end. Whatever their significance, their contents will undoubtedly be of use to the commander in the future. As if reading the commander's thoughts, the lexicon separates into two halves once more. Okay. So we achieved that. Did that give us anything? No, it doesn't look like it. But that's good. Let's get out of here. Okay, we need to go to the last barrier bastion. Not go to threshold yet, though. Like I said, we're doing that last. Ooh. Fingers crossed, please be the encounter that gives me the hide of the magical creature. Please do it. Please do it right now. I'll be so happy. I will be so happy. Please. Be nice. Unexpected sounds break the menacing, monotonous atmosphere of the world wound. Business-like chatter, the lazy neighs of ponies, the clatter of instruments, and rising above everything else, a rather expressive voice. Oh, I think this is it. I recognise the name. A flying ship? How could you even think of proposing such a thing? Next you will tell me we should travel by portals or streak across the sky in a winged chariot. And don't look at me like that. I know what you mean. That this cart has experienced things you wouldn't see in your worst nightmares. That it's time to retire and put its wheels up beside the fire, axles creaking as it tells its cart grandchildren stories of its wild youth. That I can afford more reliable transportation than this wreck. I'm pretty sure this character is in Pathfinder Kingmaker. That's why he's got a portrait. To this, I will say the great explorers and discoverers set out on their expeditions on foot, and they didn't complain about it. Yet you can't even survive comfortable ground-based travel in an ordinary cart. And with that, the owner of the expressive voice turns to you and nods as if he didn't expect to see anybody else. Jubilost Narthropoli. I'm just passing through. Oh, a success at world check. The name is familiar to you. Narthropoli is an eccentric gnome scholar from Absalon, traveller, explorer, popularizer of science, journalist, and author of a dozen books and countless articles. Due to his overly sharp tongue, he's been sentenced to death or exile by no fewer than 3 or 4 nations of Golarion. Every year, new rumours surface of his death at the hands of some offended monarch or other. I've heard about you. You're a scientist and an explorer, aren't you? Jubilost Narthropoli, scientist, traveller, cartographer, journalist, lecturer... Ponies! They're so cute and chubby, just like Soot. May I pet your ponies, please? The delighted Ember seems not to have noticed she interrupted Jubilost's list of titles. Jubilost stops short and glares at Ember with indignation. Ember looks back at him with innocent devotion, waiting for his permission. Oh, well, fine. You may pet the ponies, girl. He looks indifferent. Now then, where were we? I am Jubilost Narthropoli, a scientist and journalist, at your service. I've heard rumours of your death. Jubilost shrugs in an emphatic, dismissive way. These rumours never stop. I'm not a desk jockey, but a field researcher and a cartographer. I spend most of my time on the road, stopping only briefly to finish a paper or give a lecture. Every time the unknown of new mysterious lands swallows me, my detractors jump at the chance to spread stories of my death. I've been credited with perishing in the depths of the eye of Abendengo, meeting my end at the hands of the Whispering Tyrant when Last Wall fell, and many far less impressive deaths, such as being drowned by kobolds in a river in a place not marked on any map. Hogwash! I do not imagine myself immortal, but so far I've been able to avoid meeting Pharasma. There's still so much to learn about this world. Another success check. Jubilost's speech seems confident, but there's no reason to doubt his words. Yet he mentioned the fall of Last Wall as a well-known fact. But you know for certain this nation is alive and well. You just happened to be passing through so deep in the world wound? What's bothering you? Of course. I didn't mean to say this happened by accident. Passing through simply means I did not intend to conduct extensive research or educational work here. Just make a few observations here and there. I have one of your books. Would you autograph it for me? Do I? Hey, I guess we do. An unexpected request, but admittedly a pleasant one. Of course I will, why not? Jubilost takes the worn book from you, and his amiable expression suddenly vanishes. A culinary almanac? Of the dozens of articles on practical alchemy, history books, geographical reference books, and brilliant political essays I've published, you chose a cookbook? Jubilost glares at you, and sighs heavily. Of course, any recognition is good. You want a culinary almanac, so that's what you'll get. Here you go. With best wishes, the author. We've got it signed by the author. What's wrong with your cart? Oh, I suppose I should have led with this. Sadly, my cart is stuck, and my assistants... Jubilost casts a peevish look at the 3 gnomes shuffling awkwardly nearby. As it turns out, are completely incapable of applying the most simple practical skills and fixing this blasted wagon. I would appreciate your help, Commander. All you need to do is attach the wheel, clear the road, and calm the ponies. The world wound causes them great stress. How do you know I'm the commander? I haven't introduced myself. Jubilost adjusts his glasses. Obviously, it's about my acumen. Surely you didn't expect a renowned scientist to be so ignorant as not to recognize the most significant historical figure of this region and era? You're asking me to fix your cart? Me, the commander of the 5th Crusade and wielder of mythical power? Why not? Perhaps your mythical power allows you to snap your fingers and make a new cart materialize? If not, I would be grateful if you would fix this one. Darren shakes his head disapprovingly. Your manner of conversing is audaciously arrogant. It's appealing. I mean appalling. Jubilost narrows his eyes. I don't recall you introducing yourself, young man. Count Darren Arande, at your service, Mr. Narthropoli. Oddly enough, I've read about you. In a news item on high society scandals. I stumbled upon it in the cabin of the Absalon ferry when I had nothing else with which to occupy myself. So I'm famous, even in Absalon? Daron smiles with delight. Infamous, perhaps. Not the sort of fame to be proud of, young man. Anyone can consume one too many Numerian potions and throw a wild party on the roof of a cathedral, but it's better to strive to gain renown through intelligence and hard work. I'll see what I can do. This is wonderful, and don't think me an ungrateful lout. I'll be sure to mention your generosity in the article I'll write about this encounter. I'm going to take some notes, and you may get started on the repairs, Commander. Okay, yeah, fix the wheel, trickery. After 10 minutes of work and a little bit of ingenuity, the wheel slides back into place, none the worse for wear. A thought just occurred to me, Commander, says Jubilost, who barely pays attention to your attempts to repair his cart. What do you think of your place in history? You brought a healthy, healing dose of chaos to the rigid order of the Crusades and opened the doors of Elysium. Who'd have thought? Is this an attempt to interview me? Were this an interview, I'd be asking you awkward questions. I have plenty, believe me. Jubilost looks at you through his glasses as if he knows your every secret. I could start by asking about the source of the mythical power that made all of Mendev consider you the chosen one of the gods, and then move on to asking, how does it feel to be the hero in one of the greatest scams in modern history? But I'm not doing this. I'm merely satisfying my curiosity. Oh, so he already knows that it's demon power. Okay. He's very, he's either got a lot of ears in different places or he's very intuitive. Perhaps my fate has been far from ordinary, but I'm satisfied with the path I've chosen and the person I've become. Or, the way my fate has turned out and the person I've turned into. It is utter madness. Actually, I prefer that one. We'll be a bit silly with it. Ah, I see. You're the kind of person that shifts the responsibility to others. It's not my fault, it just happened. Society made me this way. Yes, I've heard this tale before, quite a few times actually. Every other prisoner tells the same tale. Then again, who am I to lecture one of the greatest figures of our time? Be on your way, and Desna will aid you. I'll just stand here by the side of the road and take some notes. Do you revere Desna too? You must have travelled far to see and seen much. The goddess smiles upon wanderers. Ah, Sister Desnan. I'm a Sister Desnan too. and of a very unusual kind. Jubilost looks at Arushale with curiosity. Yes, I've been to many places, and I hope to visit many more, but I'm surprised at your admiration. Does Golarion truly overshadow the wonders of extraplanar travel for you? In the past, I did not travel. I hunted. I saw no wonders. I did not understand the delight of walking the road, seeing new places, or making new acquaintances. So you have surely seen more than I have, because I could not see. My eyes were closed. Then I wish you to keep them open and see all that you wish to see. It's worth it to spend a lifetime travelling, or even more than one. Okay, we'll calm the ponies. Oh, I like that Ember's actually petting them. The ponies seem oddly intelligent, yet you get the uneasy feeling the ponies are playing along with your attempts to calm them, chuckling to themselves. Still, they obediently stand where they're supposed to, ready to pull the cart. Clear the way for the cart. Your efforts are not in vain. A pile of junk blocking the path has been swept aside. That's it, I did what I could. What? Oh yes. Well, I suppose I should be on my way. How unfortunate, I haven't yet satisfied my curiosity. But what can you do? Time waits for no one. I have the feeling there's something you're not telling me, Mr. Narthropoli. There are some strange slips in your speech and demeanour. Jubilost pauses. I must admit, acting is not one of my talents. I was hoping to casually run into you, in a completely natural way, then ask a few questions. But it is tricky to appear natural when this chance encounter takes place in the middle of the world wound, and you come from the future. Jubilost pauses again for dramatic effect. Yes, exactly as I said. Some of my friends, many in number, but acting as one, can do the most curious things to time. I humbly asked them for an opportunity to meet the legendary commander of the Fifth Crusade in person. I desperately wanted to take a few notes on such a fateful figure in Galarian's history for my article on the Age of Lost Omens. I hope you're not angry about this small masquerade, and even if you are angry, I'm still satisfied. Well, best of luck to you. I hope you come by these parts again. My apologies, but 1,000 more discoveries await me. I can't stay in any one place too long, but I'm glad to have met you. This conversation provided me with much food for thought. Farewell, Commander. Come on, you're meant to give me a hide of a magical creature. That's what I was told. Having already turned to his cart, Jubilos suddenly slaps himself on the forehead. I almost forgot. I was asked to give you this. He gave me a golden toad. I wanted a hide of a magical creature. Okay, is there one just hanging around? There's demon blood there. Yes! We got it. Completely worth it. Now we can get Ronix boots. Because we missed some in an earlier area, we won't be able to make the other item that was the storyteller. Oh, that's the edge of the map. Don't bother going there. But that's okay. I don't even know what they are, but I know they're not as good as Ronix boots. At least not for us. Okay. Let's get back to doing the Bladesmith quest. Get the toad. That was the name of an achievement. No time to explain, just get the toad. What does the toad do? A toad statue made of solid gold. It looks more like an idol than a decorative figure. And what does it do? Question mark. Okay. We are fatigued, so we can just get on with it. Alright, I'm going to buff up outside. Hold on. Okay. Let's look around this area. There's a house there. What looks like a paintball fight has happened here. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything really on the outsides. Yeah, it's pretty barren. Let's go into the house then.
Watch your back.
The door is sealed with powerful magic. There is no keyhole to be seen. The tag on the skull reads Specimen 367, Finnean Dismar. Oh, hello. Would you look at that? A failed specimen returns to its maker. Place him on the workbench, Commander. I will examine him and see what can be done with him. No, it's impossible. It's a mistake. Finnean laughs. Is this a joke? A prank? You all put a tag with my name on some skull and... yeah, that's a good one. He bursts into mad, desperate laughter. This is exactly why I only leave their mind on a level that is sufficient for carrying out their orders, to avoid shameful hysterics. This is no prank, 367. That skull is an anchor that stops your soul from departing from Golarion. You've long been dead, remember? Finnean's cackling turns into strained howls. Finnean, snap out of it. Weapon or not, you're still you. Yes, I remember now. He wanted to create a weapon that could change to fit the owner's needs, a sentient one at that. He needed a phantom blade, and I was the one. Bravo, you've remembered. Seems you're not quite as flawed as I thought. So what'll it be, Commander? Will you give him to me, or must I take him by force? I want to ask a few questions first. Ask, but keep in mind I'm a busy man. All these skulls on the shelves are failed specimens? I wouldn't keep failed trash around. All these skulls are tied to sentient blades that still serve their masters, as far as I know. Otherwise the skulls would have crumbled to dust. Who are you crafting these weapons for? Who are your masters? I serve the great craft of the weaponsmith. I serve the furnace and the bellows, the anvil and the crucible. I am the bladesmith, and I have no need for other titles. The demon overlords value me and my weapons, and I do accept orders from them at times, but I have no master. I found Finnean in Canabris. Did you misplace him or discard him? I sent him with my apprentices for field testing. Unfortunately, the group never came back. Some crusader must have taken it and sold it, and yet the specimen has returned to me as it was supposed to. Why make a weapon sentient? Why go to such lengths? Not just sentient. A sentient weapon that can take whatever shape its owner wills. Even Valexia of Illusionera couldn't reach such heights. This is my triumph over her, and a triumph of weaponsmithing. A triumph? You have broken every law dictated by the world and conscience. You have enslaved my soul. Brainless fool. I gave you the highest reward. I made you immortal. When my years catch up with me, I will subject myself to the same ritual, and I will live forever. I've heard enough. Time to hand over the specimen, Commander. I won't hand him over. You'll suffer the same fate as your apprentices. Wait, please, if you have any respect for me, for what I was, free me, please. Break my skull and let me go. If I'm not a human anymore, then I shouldn't exist. Interesting. I mean, I do feel bad for him being trapped as a sentient weapon. The chaotic choice is, I guess, persuading him that he can still see the world, but offering him no end in sight for getting out of his torment. Oh, I'm tempted to go for the chaotic option. So the good option is you're right, Finnean, you've been through enough and you deserve peace, or the chaotic option, your body is no more, but that doesn't mean you have to die. You're still a Pathfinder, you can still see the world. Will he agree with that sentiment? No, I'm not going to try and... I don't even use Finnean, do I? So, okay. We'll do the good thing. Break the skull. You're right, Finnean, you've been through enough and you deserve peace. The Bladesmith stops you with an imperious gesture. It's not for him to decide, and not for you. I am his maker. I am his master. I will decide where his soul is to remain. Blue light drifts up from the shards of the skull. Slowly it takes the form of a human figure. You see before you a tall, square-shouldered man. Phew! It's such a relief. Now all has been put right, Commander. The way it should be. I don't know how to thank you, but let my will stay within this weapon. My resolve to help you. It will always be with you. Thank you. And farewell. It's been a thrilling adventure. You think you can ruin my creation with impunity and leave here alive? I mean, yeah, I do. I'm not scared of you at all. Oh, all these weapons have come to life. Nice. I don't think a bunch of enchanted weapons are going to put up much of a fight here, though. Okay, would you hasten us? Then kill the animated longsword and the bardiche. Okay, we've got even more weapons coming to life. Oh, is there a floating set of arrows over here? Nice. Ulbrich, you go and deal with the ranged weapons. That was a lot of misses. Oh, and these have woken up the armor too. Interesting. It's immune to Hellfire Ray. Okay. What about the War Axe? Also immune to Hellfire Ray. Okay. Fenris, knock over the Bladesmith and put him up on the lintel, top of the door frame, whatever it's called. Oh, if he's up there, can we not attack him? That's an annoying bug.
You feel that?
It's alright
Cover
though.
me.
We've still got ranged attacks. Ulbrich, you death from above the Bladesmith. Okay, hopefully his gear is retrievable. Yeah, being up there is a bit of a pain. There's just the armor left. It's actually quite hard to hit though, considering. Well, I guess it is armor. It makes sense for it to have high defense. Okay, please let me loot the Bladesmith. I know he's stuck up there, but come on. Oh, are you gonna make me redo this whole room? Just so I can loot him and then realise there's not actually nothing on his body. Oh, okay, I can get him this way. That's fine then. The Bladesmith's key. Okay, that's fine. No harm done then. Let's loot his office. Grandmaster Rod. This rod grants the wielder the ability to make up to 3 spells, maximized and empowered, and ignores spell resistance and magic immunity of the target. That's amazing. Whoa. Need to give that to Ember. For sure. That's so good. Oh, there's some magical essence in there. That's nice. Let's even more. Whoa, okay. What did that do? Living Flame. You receive immunity to fire damage as well as to any negative effects from Forge. The Bladesmith has put his anvil under a spell of the Abjuration School so that touching it grants a person protection from the heat, something that can often be experienced within this forge. Okay, let's destroy all the skulls before we leave. We'll free all the weapons. Nice. Nothing else in here then, is there? No, before I forget. Ember, you're getting an upgrade. I really need to go through all my gear at some point and sort out the better stuff. I'm sure I've picked up some improvements loot-wise that I've just not noticed. That was easy enough. That Bladesmith was incredibly cocky.
Careful.
I guess he didn't know who I was, so he might have just thought I was some random crusader, but... Literally the head of the crusade. Who famously has immense mythic power. Not the kind of person you want to challenge to a fight. Nonchalantly, anyway. How long have I been recording? Not even that long, really. But cool, we got the piece that I needed. We still have to wait a bit before we can teleport back. Yeah, just skip another day. Let's teleport back to Dresden. Because I want to immediately go and see the storyteller. Give me Ronix boots. Please, please. Thank you. Right, and with that, that just leaves us open to doing the DLC mission. I'm not gonna. I'll start it on its own episode, but maybe I'll make the way to Canabris now, just so that we can just start it right away without any wasted time. Storyteller, I have something for you to make for me, please. Please examine the items I'm carrying. Give the storyteller the tattered boots and the necessary materials. Restore this relic for me. Cracking his knuckles, the storyteller begins to mend the ancient boots. Light emanates from his hands as he works. He uses hide to patch up any holes and iron to reinforce the soles. The stitching, done with sturdy thread, is soaked in demon blood, and arcane symbols are laid on the decayed leather, imbuing it with magic. These boots once belonged to a young Sarkorian warrior who never lived to see his prime. He lived decades ago and his name was Ronick, but today no one knows his name, his sacrifice, or his fleetness of foot. Here was a fellow who was able to outrun tomorrow and change it, and with it the entire future of our world. So yeah, I don't think we'll ever be able to make the Mangled Demon Helm, because we don't have any more access to hides of magical creatures, but that is okay with me. Give me Ronix boots. +8 dexterity. They also double bonuses to AC attack rolls and reflex saving throws from haste spell upon the wearer. In addition, whenever the enemy confirms a critical hit, it becomes stunned for 1d4 rounds. Yeah, that's much better than the Root Speaker's boots and better than the Assailant's belt. But that's still pretty good as it goes. Yeah, give us Ronix boots. These two now clash, so is there a better belt for us? Sort them by type. Where are the belts? Could do a specialized belt. This belt of +6 strength. No, we never use any kind of bull rush. Could do a belt of strength +6 or constitution +6. What's brilliance in perfection? Oh, is that from our what is brilliance of perfection? Is that an ability that we've got? Or the ring? I'd like to know where our bonuses come from. Cookie for a Song, Sweet Sleep, Eternal Song of Broken Chains. That's Incredible Might. Brilliance of Perfection. Is that from the ring that we have? Hold on. Oh yeah, it is from this ring. A +4 inherent bonus is silly. It's very good. Yeah, we just need a new belt now, don't we? I do still quite like the effect from this belt. Getting a +2 circumstance bonus to attack and damage rolls after every critical hit, and we crit quite a lot. A +2 bonus on fortitude saving throws and a +1 bonus to AC against evil creatures. I mean, that's pretty good as well. And let's just hold on for now. These goggles increase the caster level and save DC of all mind-affecting spells the wearer casts by 2. We should give that to Ember. Yeah, we should definitely give that to Ember. Woljif just has a standard. We could give Woljif the belt that we have. His crit range isn't as good. Or we could give Darren the belt that we have. Because a +1 luck bonus on attack rolls isn't that useful, really. And he crits quite a lot. I'll think about it, but there's no immediate urge to. Not now that we've got Ronix boots. Very happy with that. Now we mostly just need to grind up experience on the Crusader map, which is a little annoying, but also go and do Canabris, which is exciting. And then we're finished. Or then we're at the final mission. At least I think it's the final mission. If there's just some massive amount of stuff afterwards. we can expand another outpost. Generous recruiters with wallets full of coins will travel across the lands of Avestan. There are enough greedy people who are willing to enlist in the crusade ranks in exchange for a solid reward. Oh, I've got some events. An epidemic of secrets. A strange disease is afflicting the soldiers. Mouths grow on the victims' skins and whisper various secrets related to the events happening in the army. The healers claim that with each secret, the health of the victim deteriorates. Okay, we'll order the healers to save everyone. Get a +1 level in the reduction of losses feat. The best healers did everything to cure the poor people. Their efforts paid off, the epidemic was stopped, and now the crusade is better prepared for sudden outbreaks of disease. And the awakened voice of the cursed bard. 2 groups of spellcasters have arrived in Dresden to see the relic of the cursed bard. Priests of Shaylin are asking permission to offer a prayer over it, and 3 mysterious mages from Absalom would like to study the relic with their spells. Okay, so there's the prayer to Shaylin or awaken Frances power. This amulet empowers the voice of the wearer, thus increasing hit point limits of power word spells by 150%. For instance, power word kill will now instantly kill all enemies with HP lower than 150 instead of 100. That would be great if we used power word kill. And the other one is this amulet makes the wearer's voice stronger and allows it to maintain its power for longer periods of time. All the wearer's bardic performances and raging songs, if they have the corresponding class abilities, last for 10 more rounds per day. We'll do the Shaylin one. The cursed bard committed many horrific deeds, but his original goal was noble. The priests of Shaylin cleansed Frances's spirit, and from now on his charming voice will confuse enemies' thoughts and bolster morale among allies. Let's do Bastion to Fortress expansion. Let's do Enchanting the Face Stealer's Mask. Glory to Heroes, playing with the Havoc Dragon. Let's see, we've never done the play day of the Havoc Dragon, so let's do that. Might as well get a Havoc Dragon, and they'll probably never use it. How's our experience looking? We're still a ways off. Speaking of, I should build more things in Dresden. I should build something every possible slot I can, even if it's not worried about efficiency. It's just about getting as much logistic experience as I can. Well, this won't fit anywhere. That's annoying. Neither will the military academy. Build a saboteur headquarters. Now I could demolish stuff to make building that doable. Where's a good spot? It needs 4x4, doesn't it? Let's sell the smithy. And then build a main hall of champions. And I'll build the smithy again. Here. Let's build a watchtower. build a shelter, why not? Might as well have one of everything. And a citadel. And at this point I think it's pretty irrelevant. Hopefully that should increase our logistics once they're finished. And we can build another bastion now, yeah? We can upgrade something. I could build it down here just so it's easier for us to get to Canabris. It's not like we need to travel to any of these outlying regions anymore, so there's no point building them around there. Sure. Okay. Build a teleportation circle. And to help increase the rate of recruitment that we can do, let's build an archery range. Then we'll build a smithy next to it and a trading grounds next to it. And a mercenaries guild. That should be plenty. There are no armies approaching, are there? Oh, you want to go... You go there. Just to help keep things organised. Dragging your feet, but that's fine. Still can't do any more recruitment. Just need to wait 5 days, don't I? Impetuous Havoc Dragons were charmed by the Crusaders' feasts and refused to leave the material plane. Do another one of these. Let's do a Feast of the Sacred Host. Why not? Okay, we can recruit again. Oh yeah, there are the Havoc Dragons. Lovely. I mean, maybe I should put one of these in the main army. Might be fun to do that. Don't know what I would trade out for them. Maybe the Azatas. We'll see. For now, let's just recruit as much as we can. Sorry, I know this is on the tedious side of things, but good to get it done. Okay, both of you also come and join our forces here. There's no downside to having tons of troops, so... Might as well do it, to be honest. So we will meet up at the stone... Oh, wrong one. Did that last time. Let's just keep recruiting everything that we can. Yeah, we're getting there. Not that far off having enough military experience for the next level now. Got another event, Dead Men's Club. Soldiers who lost their comrades along with their will to live have founded the so-called Dead Men's Club. They leave Dresden to die in battle as heroes and deal as much damage to the enemy as they can in the process. Unfortunately, these actions ruin their officers' plans and undermine discipline within the ranks. We can ban the club, which is the good option. Encourage the club. Removes 5% of recruited units. All enemy units receive the wounded feat for 7 days. Remove 5% of recruited units and unlocks the ambush ritual. Or let Ember talk... Okay, we'll do that one. Let Ember talk to the warriors. It's chaotic. Removes 5% of recruited units. Crusade morale increases by 50. We'll just do that one. Ember talked to the soldiers and convinced them that death was inevitable and could often be pointless and sudden. But these warriors were given a chance to die for a reason. The soldiers were inspired by her words and decided not to expedite their deaths. As for those who persisted in their desire to fall with honour, she did not try to stop them. Yeah, it's not like we need to not honestly, are the Havoc Dragons better than 150 Sorcerers? They're probably better than the Brillanti Azatas, but I'd like to have all of the possible Azata units. Now we've got 4 Havoc Dragons, which is lovely. Okay, is this teleportation circle ready? No, still got one more day. It's fine with me. Everything is ready for the relic's augmentation. 2 visitors have arrived in Dresden. They are requesting permission to conduct rituals over the remains of the Face Stealer's mask. One of these spellcasters wishes to save the spirit of the fallen madman, while the other seeks to make him experience true torture. The commander needs to decide whom to support. This headband of Mental Perfection +4 allows its wearer to reroll 3 failed saving throws against death effects per day. Whenever the wearer of this headband of Mental Perfection +4 casts a 9th level spell, all enemies in a 30-foot radius must pass a will saving throw or become unable to cast spells. Oh, the weather's got terrible outside. Any spells for 1 round. Will cleanse the spirit. The humble monk once almost fell victim to the faceless sphinx, just as Leik Khan had. Only humility saved him from madness, and the monk has wanted to show mercy to the fallen sage ever since. He meditated over the relic, contacted the Face Stealer's spirit, and shared his enlightenment. The relic of Leik Khan thus became a testament to the fact that no evil magic lasts forever, and every evil can be overcome. Let's do the fate of the Nemiris's burning brand. don't know if you can hear that outside. It's gotten awful. Okay, it's that's been 2 hours now, so I'm gonna leave it there. But then next time we will go to Canabris and start the DLC questline, I think. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoy this series and want to follow as we are approaching the end, you can subscribe. I'll be posting daily, and then I'll be deciding what games to play next. So if you want to leave a like or a comment with any suggestions, or just, you know, any comment in general, really, I would very much appreciate it. But yeah, thanks again, folks. Bye.